Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. So be sure and check out those sections on the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage. They just make it easier for you to find classes by length or purpose or by body area. And if you haven't already, would you click that subscribe button? It's free and it lets you know when new videos are posted. We'd love to hear from you, so leave me a comment. Now in today's practice, we'll explore poses for a healthy posture. You'll only need your chair today, and let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Think about pulling your belly button in and lifting your heart. The minute you lift that heart, that belly button, those abdominal muscles begin to engage. They just do, right? The other thing I want you to concentrate on is pulling those shoulders down. So the minute we begin lifting the heart, sometimes the shoulders want to come up, right? So let's lift those shoulders down. All right, let's go ahead and place our hands on our thighs. We're going to flip those palms up towards the ceiling if that works for you. Let's close our eyes and just take a couple of moments to connect to your heart center, letting go of everything outside of the room. This is your hour or your time just to spend for you. Begin to notice that breath, just that natural inhalation and exhalation. Go ahead and elongate that breath. So we're going to inhale a little more deeply and exhale a little more completely. Let's go ahead and take it into that diaphragmatic breath, that belly breath, that yoga breath. As you inhale, the belly extends. We're filling the lungs from the bottom up. Then as you exhale, pull that belly button into the spine. Push the air up and out of the lungs. Go ahead and do that a few times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. As you set your intentions for today's practice, visualize that long spine. Nice and long, tall and erect. Visualize from the tailbone all the way out through the crown of the head. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's let that left ear fall to that left shoulder and chin to chest. Go ahead and drop it to the other side and chin to chest. All right, we're going to look forward. Let's clasp our hands behind our back. Lift our heart up. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back and then drop your ear down towards your shoulder. So it's just a little different, right? Feels a little different than when we don't have our hands behind our back. Go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest. And as always, if you don't like clasping your hands behind your back, just don't, right? You can do the same one we did before. We're going to the other side now. And drop that chin to chest. All right, go ahead and look forward. Go ahead and release those shoulders and let's roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Oh yeah. And reverse that circle. We're just trying to release some of the tension that we tend to hold in those necks and shoulders. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're moving to a cat pose. I want you to lift your heart. So think about lifting, over exaggerate the lift through the sternum. The throat is nice and open. Now as we move into our cat pose, we're going to pull these ribs back. Belly comes in, your tailbone goes heavy. Now go ahead and round the spine. Place your hands on your thighs, look at your belly button. Now we're going to lift up, come into our cow pose, and let's just turn those thumbs to the back wall. Heart is open, squeeze those shoulder blades behind. And let's do that again. Round back down into your cat. Think about those ribs, right? Coming in, think about that tailbone going heavy, tuck the chin, looking down at that belly button. Now we're going to lift up into that cow pose. Our spine goes super long. Our heart is up. Our thumbs are back. Let's add the breath. Inhale here, exhale, round it down into cat. Lift up into cow, inhale, exhale into cat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up into cow, exhale down into cat. And release. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to place it on the outside of that knee. Opposite hand is going to come back to the chair. Now just take your shoulder, bring it back, and look over that shoulder. So it's a gentle twist. We're warming up. This isn't, how hard can I twist, how far. It's a super, super gentle move. Do we have one more breath here? Go ahead and face forward. And we're going to do the other side. So this hand is going to come outside that knee, this opposite hand on the chair behind you. Now just simply pull that shoulder back and just automatically your body wants to follow with, right? So it's a gentle twist. Body is following that shoulder. I'm looking, kind of out at a diagonal. Don't necessarily have to be looking over that shoulder. One more breath and face forward. Let's do one final shoulder, just one at a time. Shoulder roll is what I meant to say. And reverse it. Good. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to take this ankle and just place it up on that knee. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, you can leave it down here, ankle to ankle. If you're with me, we're just hanging out here. That's all we're doing, right? So it's just, again, beginning to warm up some. This is a little stretch for that hip, glute area, but we're just warming up. So it's just a nice, gentle stretch. All right, let's put that foot down and we're going to the other side. I know. It should feel pretty good, actually. Just one more breath. All right, let's put that foot down and let's grab a sip of water. So we're going to work into some external rotation of the shoulders. So I'm going to give you various options. And as I've said in my classes before, if you've been with me, I might add on. You don't ever have to add on, right? You can keep doing the exact same thing we were doing. So we're going to start with our hands right on that tummy, okay? So lifting up through the spine, nice and long, hands are resting on your belly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to externally rotate. Our hands are going to come out, palms are going to face up, but elbows are in, okay? All right, so now let's bring those hands back to our belly and do that again. Open it up, palms face up. I'm kind of squeezing a little bit. I want to get as much external rotation as I can, and then we're going to come back center. We're going to add the breath. Inhale. Exhale, externally rotate. Palms are facing up. Maybe those hands are a little bit back. Exhale, come back in. That was our inhale, I'm sorry. Exhale, let's open it up. Inhale, come back in. Okay, listen, this one we're going to hold it. So this one we're going to open it up, hold and breathe. Don't hold your breath, just hold the motion, hold the movement. Hold it and breathe. Hold it and breathe. One more breath. Bring those hands in and release. Did you feel that? It's like, oh my goodness. It's so funny. Some of these things you'll look and you go, there's nothing to that. There's absolutely nothing to that when you're just looking at it until you sit down and do it. And you're like, okay, well, there's way more to that than it looks. Okay, so now we're going to do that same thing again. And remember, you can stay there Or once we get done with that, then we're going to come into goalpost arms and we're going to do a couple more things from that position. So again, whatever works for you. Here we go. Hands on that belly. Inhale. Exhale, externally rotate. Inhale, in we come. Exhale, externally rotate. Here we go. Palms are facing up. In we go. Are we ready? We're going to hold this one. We're going to hold it, but we're not going to hold our breath, right? We're just going to hold the movement, but not the breath. Breathing, breathing, breathing. From here, we're going to go to goalpost arms. And we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades behind our back. And we're going to bring those arms forward. And we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades behind our back. Remember, you can keep doing the one we were doing. Forward we go. We're going to squeeze those shoulder blades behind our back. Hold it and breathe. Hold it and breathe. We're not holding our breath. One more breath. Come back forward. All right, are we ready? Here's the last one. Keeping the shape of our arms, we're going to come up and our fingertips are going to touch over our head. Down we go. Keep those shoulders down. Lift that heart. Up we go. Remember, you can do either of the other two versions if you don't like this version. It's okay. I know. I feel it too. Down we go. Can we do just one more? Up we go. Down we go. Bring those hands back into your lap. Let's do a little shoulder roll to give those shoulders a little break. Wow. There's a lot of movement on those shoulders, but it's good for them, right? We need to move. This big old ball and socket joint, we need to move those shoulders around. Okay. Now for the next thing, one of the things that happens too with us, especially if we sit a lot, we begin to lose a little bit of the blood flow through the lower extremities. So this whole movement, this next movement is about stimulating that blood flow. So it's a foot stomp, which sounds like, okay, whatever. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands underneath our thigh. We're going to lift that foot up. Now you're going to flex the foot, and then I want you to just let go and stomp the foot. Okay, let's do that again. Lift it up and stomp. Now, it's not how high can I lift it up. It's just a few inches, right? So we're not trying to lift it too high. The other thing we're not doing is leaning back, right? Extend that spine long and release. Let's do the other side. Lift it up and let it go. Lift it up and let it go. Lift it up. Let it go. One more. Lift it up. Let it go. Okay, excellent. Now, if you want more, you know we've got an add-on. We're going to do the same thing, but we're not going to hold our legs. So what happens now is we're going to be using those belly, our abdominal muscles and our quadriceps pretty significantly. So here we go. We're not going to hold that chair. So I encourage you to open up, put your palms to the ceiling, open up through the sternum, right? Lifting that heart, extending that spine long, belly is tight. Ready? Here we go. Lift that leg up and drop it. 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 Two more. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Straight to the other side. Here we go. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Lift. I'm not leaning back. I'm thinking about that long spine. Lift. Last one. Lift, drop, and release. All right, very good. Okay, so the next movement we're going to do, our ankles and our feet are really, really important. You don't think about ankles and feet and posture as being connected, but they are. So we want to keep that flexibility in those ankles, right? We want those feet to move. We want that full flexion and movement of that ankle and those feet. So this one is for that purpose. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift the toes of our right foot and the heel of our left foot. Now, I'm going to do this with my hands just so you can see me a little better. You don't need to do the hands, okay? But I'm lifting toes and I'm lifting heel, okay? Does that make sense? Now I'm going to bring them both back to the floor and then I'm going to do it the other way. So now the toes of this foot and the heel of the other foot is up. Got it? Back center, lift, center, lift, and down we go. Lift and down, lift. So we're getting a little bit of a rhythm here. Have you got it yet? Keep going. I know it can be challenging. Just keep going. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep going. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep going. Lift and lower, lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. Each side, lift and lower. Take just a moment. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect that brain into this whole movement. So we're going to keep that movement happening with our feet. Then we're going to bring our arms up and we're going to do some circles with our arms. So it's a kind of a little bit of that patting your tummy and rubbing your head idea, right? Okay, so let's get the feet going first. So here we go. Toe and heel and down. Toe and heel and down. Toe and heel and down. Keep going. Keep going. Up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Keep going. Are we ready to add those arms? Here we go. Add the arms. I know. It's okay. You can laugh at yourself, right? How many times have I laughed at myself? A lot of times. Okay. Now what's going to happen is we're going to reverse the circle of the arms. Here we go, reverse. I know. You're like, don't make me do that. Keep going. Keep going. Is your spine long, right? Have you lifted through that spine? Visualizing that long, long, long spine. Last one and release. Very, very good. All right, let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing behind our chair. So you want your feet to be the width of your chair legs, maybe a little bit more if that works okay for you. Now, take your toes and turn them out. Okay, so they're at a diagonal. Toes are pointed out. Your feet are a little bit wider than the width of your chair legs. Okay. We're going to take this hand and we're going to leave it right on the chair. The other hand is going to extend up towards the ceiling. Belly is tight. Think about long spine. Feet are going to stay on the floor and you're going to lean. Okay? You're going to come up and let's lean the other way. You're going to come up and you're going to bring that hand down and we're going to go the other side. Lengthen first. We're going to lean. We're going to come up and we're going to lean. And we're going to come up and we're going to put that hand back on the chair. Okay. So that is version 1 and it's a great version. If you want to do version 2, we're going to let go of our chair. So we're going to have our hand up at the ceiling, then we're going to bring the other hand up and we're going to lean. All right, we're going to come up, make sure you're lengthening through that spine, belly is tight. You're going to lean the other way. We're going to come up and we're going to put our hands back on the chair, okay? All right, very, very good. Now, for the next version, we're going to take our toes and we're going to move them to face, all 10 toes are facing me, and then just take 2 heel toes in so that your feet are pretty much right at hip distance apart. So you've got space between the feet, but they're not as wide as they were. Now this version, we're going to continue with our leaning, and now we're going to be lifting a leg up. So if you don't want to do that with the leg lifting up, just keep doing what we were doing and it's fine. If you're with me, here we go. We're going to extend this arm up, and then the other leg, the other hand is on the chair. Keep that other leg and lift it up. Okay, do you see that? So the arm extends up. We're stretching, and we're going to put all of that down. Bring that hand down. Now, this time we're going to lift the leg, and we're going to extend the arm of the leg that's lifted, okay? Feels different, doesn't it? One more breath, and we're going to put those down. All right, now we're going to do the other side. Here we go. We're going to lift the other leg up, opposite arm first. Everything's going to come down. Now you're going to lift that leg, and the same arm is up. And bring everything down. Okay, again, you can continue doing that same version, or if you're with me, what we're going to do is, so we're going to be lifting this leg up, and this is the arm that's going to come up, the same side, and then we're going to let go. Okay? I know, one more breath. Go ahead and put a hand down, bring that leg down, and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to lift up, start with the hand of the leg that's lifted first, just to kind of get your balance, and then lift that other hand up. Put one hand down, the other hand down, the leg comes down. The final version is we're going to get up there, and then we're going to wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes, okay? I know. It's just a choice. It's just an option. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. All right, here we go. We're going to lift this leg up, same arm of the leg that's lifted first. Then if you want to let go of the chair and extend and wiggle, call this a twinkling star. Put your hands down, bring the leg down, other side. Are you feeling that side? I know, me too, right? Side of that leg. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Bring your hands down, bring the leg down, and release. Let's walk it out just a little bit. I know, there's a little bit of work going on, right? So you're standing glute and then the side of those legs. That was a lot of work for those. Okay, so again, we're standing behind our chair, and we're going to take our feet a little bit wider, so about the width of the chair legs, maybe a little bit wider, but it's not like super wide. Okay, so we're going to bend our knees, and we're going to shoot our hips back, and bring your hands up to goddess pose. You stay facing me. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me just a little bit better, right? So my feet are together. My feet are about hip distance apart. My actually toes are forward. I'm trying to think. I think I had you have toes forward, and we're shooting our hips back, and I'm in goddess pose, right? All right, let's go ahead and come up, and now we are going to take those toes and turn them out, because technically in goddess pose that would be where we were, and I don't think I cued that when I was behind my chair. Okay, are we ready? All right, here we go. Shoot those hips back. You see what I'm doing? And I'm up at goddess pose. Okay, hold it. Don't move. Hold it. All right, are we ready? Here we go. We're going to just simply laterally bend, tilting from one side to the other. We're going to go ahead and come up, and then we're going to bend the other way. We're going to come up. Let's straighten those legs. Take just a moment. Are you beginning to feel your quads working? Right? So remember, this isn't like chair pose where we're letting that heart fall. We're keeping that heart lifted. Let's go ahead, bend those knees, come back into that goddess legs. My heart is lifted, right? Come back to those goddess arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And now we're going to laterally bend. You should be feeling the side waist. Come back center and bend the other way. We're going to come back center. Let's do that one more time. I know, I feel my quads too. Up we go. And And back up we go. Put your hands on the chair, straighten the legs, and heel toe those feet back together. Very, very good. The next thing we're going to do is a warrior three pose. Now, if you've been with me before, we've done warrior threes, but this one I like it. It's just a little different. Just getting into and out of it's a little bit different. I like it, so we're going to give it a try. Because we're going to be stepping back behind, I'm going to be turning my chair so you can see me better. You're going to stay behind your chair facing me. I'm going to be moving my chair just so you can see me a little bit better, okay? So here I am behind my chair. I'm just far enough back so that I have my hands resting on the chair, but my elbow is bent. Belly is tight, nice long spine. I'm going to take a step back with this left leg. Front knee is going to bend. My hands are still on the chair. Okay, does that make sense? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to take this back leg up off the floor. I've got my chair, I'm holding on, my belly is tight, my hips are not hiking up. So keep those hips nice and square. That foot is lifted. The front knee is bent. I forgot I just straightened my front leg. Front knee is bent. Let's put that foot back down. Put the back heel down and feel a nice stretch into that calf. One more breath here. Bring that leg up. And let's do the other side just like that before we add on. Okay, are we ready? Step it back. Feel that back calf down. Front knee is bent. Take a deep breath in. Pull the belly in. And we're going to lift that foot up off the floor. You're holding your chair. One more breath, put that foot back down, and up we go. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the legs. Everything is going to be the same with the legs. What we're going to start doing is we're going to start adding some arm movement. Okay, and there is where, that's the rub, right? There's where everything changes. We're going to take a step back. If that heel touches, great. If it doesn't touch, don't worry about it. Front knee is bent. Okay, let's go ahead and get that leg lifted first. Belly is tight. Now, opposite arm is extending out. Okay? So that's a really, really pretty warrior three right there. Let's go ahead and put the hand back on the chair and put that foot back down, and let's go to the other side. Okay? Leg lifts. Extend that arm out. One more breath. Hand back down, put the foot down, and release. Okay, so now you know where we're headed, right? If you've done my classes before, you know we're going to end up taking both hands off the chair. So what I want you to do is take a step back. I want you to go ahead and take another step back so your hands are barely touching, and you'll see why here in just a minute. So we're going to take that foot back and lift it. Now, put your wrists on the chair. Right there, you're getting a lot of balance work, aren't you? Do you feel it? Just because your wrists are there, you're not holding the chair, it's just the wrists. If you're with me and you want to take that right arm up, the opposite arm of the leg that's extended, I'm looking down. One more breath. Put that hand back down. Put the foot down, come up and take a break. You kind of see what we're doing there? We're working into that balance, but we've got our wrists on the chair. Let's do that one more time on the other side, and then we'll see how we feel about adding on. So first of all, we can extend, right? And you can have a hand down, or maybe you have both wrists down, or maybe you have one wrist down. Just one more breath here. Put your hands on the chair and put that leg down and release. Okay, final version. You can pick and choose wherever you are, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take that leg is going to step back, right? Step back and lift. One arm extends, the other arm extends, and I'm in a full warrior three. This is the full expression of the pose. Just one more breath. Put your hands on the chair, put the foot down, and let's go to the other side. Here we go. All right, lift. Extend one arm, then the other. I'm looking down at the floor. My belly is tight. My spine is long. One more breath. Grab the chair, put the foot down, and release. How'd you do? Did that feel pretty good? Did you like having the options to play around with? I like that, right? I like having different ways that we can look at our different poses. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is a pyramid pose. So you're going to come to the right side of your chair and you're going to face your chair, okay? So I'm facing the seat of my chair. Now, the leg that's next to the back of the chair is the one, the foot is going to go under so that when you bend your knee, you'll touch the chair, okay? So you don't want it to be too far under there. You don't want that foot to be so far under there that you don't have this little bit of movement here in that knee. Back foot is going to step back. You're going to be at that 45-degree angle. That foot is at that 45-degree angle. You're facing your chair. Your hips are forward. You're going to leave that front leg straight. So we're not going to bend it. We're going to leave that front leg straight. And we're going to simply pull our belly in. Keep the back flat. Let the heart fall forward. Put one hand in the chair. Put the other hand in the chair and just let your heart fall forward, okay? Now, in your pyramid pose, one thing you can do is take the thumb, so the leg that's extended in front of you, take that thumb, put it right here in that crease where the leg and the hip connect, pull it back, right? So we want those hips to stay back. They always want to come forward. Keep those legs back. Think about keeping the alignment through the toes, the ankle, the knee, and the hip. So you want to keep this line happening right through. Spine is long, extending long through the crown of the head. We're just letting the heart be the thing that falls. It's not a rounding of the spine, right? Hello. One more breath here. Go ahead and lift your heart up. And release it. How did that feel? Let's do the other side. I know. We held that one a bit, didn't we? Hopefully my talking helped you, distract you a little bit. All right, so remember, we want to be able to bend that knee. Okay, are we ready? Let's step back with this leg. So it's the foot next to the back of the chair. That's the one that's under. So we don't want to do the same one again. All right, my hips are forward. My front leg stays straight. I'm going to extend through the spine. Belly is tight. I'm going to let my heart begin to fall forward, keeping that spine nice and long, keeping the back flat. I'm not rounding. That's not what this is about. So go ahead and kind of get to one position where you feel pretty good. And now let's take that thumb of the leg that's in front. That's the thumb that you're going to hook right there where that leg and hip connect. And you're going to pull that hip back. Pull it back. Maybe you let your heart fall a little bit further. Remember, the alignment is toes to ankle to knee to hips. We're going to keep that alignment happening. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit more and maybe you let that heart fall, keeping the back flat, right? This is not rounding. It's not cat. We're keeping our back flat. We're stretching through that hamstring. You should really feel it. Keeping the spine nice and long. I just realized I was kind of crunching in. I just extended through my head. I'm going to let my heart fall just one more breath, and let's release. Come on up. Bend that front knee. All right. Have a seat. And let's grab a sip of water. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. And I want you to have your hands in front of you, palms facing up. We're going to take those arms and we're going to move them out, and then we're going to lift those hands up about shoulder length or shoulder height. Keep those palms up. Now you're going to turn your hands, fingertips in towards the ears. Now those hands are going to come out and around, and then the fingertips are going to point towards the middle of the belly. And then you're going to take those hands and move back to their starting position. So the idea here is to not lose whatever you have on the trays, which is right in the palms of your hands. Now we're going to reverse it. All right, are we ready? We're going to bring it around first. Out they go. Up and around. Bring those hands back down to our starting position. We're going to do that again. Here we go. Out they go. Palms up about shoulder width or shoulder height. Fingertips come back and around. Around they go towards the middle of the body. Out and reverse it. Just a little work for those shoulders. Back down they go. Can we do it one more time? I know, we've got this. Up they go. Around. It almost takes 3 times to figure out what we're doing, doesn't it? Hand me your trays. Let's come back in. Back around we go. Up and around. I think I lost the tray on my right hand. And down we go. Very, very good. That was a little tricky. It's good though. Okay, so we're going to come to those cactus arms, and we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades behind our back. Now, I want you to take this hand and bring it across, and it's not going to be on the collarbone, but just under the collarbone. We got this little group of muscles there, and I want you to put your fingers there and kind of hold that group of muscles tight. Now, you're going to look over your shoulder. At the same time, you're going to press your cactus arm back. Do you feel that? Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I feel that one. Just one more breath. Go ahead and bring that cactus arm back in and release, okay? Let's do the other side. Did you feel that one? All right, here we go. Cactus arms. Now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to put my hand right under that collarbone. I'm going to look over, not the arm, not the cactus arm. Look over the other side. Now, the arm that's in cactus, you're going to bring that shoulder back behind. There you go. You feel it? I do. We're just holding it and breathing. Holding it and breathing. One more breath. Bring the cactus arm back forward. Look forward and release. Let's do that one more time. Just one more time. Here we go. Bring it across. Look, press back. Come back center. Cactus arms. Other side. Look and press it back. Come back center and release. All right. Does that feel good? Okay, let's go to crescent lunge. So I'm going to take my knee and I'm going to open it nice and wide. Then I'm going to let this knee fall down towards the floor. This could be where you want to stay, but if you're with me, I'm going to press my leg back. I'm back on those back toes. I'm going to let the kneecap, back of the kneecap press up towards the ceiling. I'm looking forward. Come to cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you and look up at the ceiling. So there's quite a stretch for not only the quadricep, but also the hip flexor. Let's release everything and we're going to do that again. Even if you have your knee down, do the arm movements. Okay, here we go. I'm pressing the back of my kneecap up to the ceiling. I'm coming to those goalpost arms. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades behind me and I'm going to look up at the ceiling. Just one more breath here. Bring your hands back down. Release that leg and face forward. Okay, same leg extends out in front. We're going to lengthen through the spine and we're going to let our heart fall forward. Keep your hands on those thighs if you want to for some support. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Extend through the spine nice and long. Let your heart fall forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Lengthen through the spine, keeping the back flat. Let that heart fall forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Nice. Okay, we're going to move to seated pigeon. So I'm going to cross ankle to knee. And then I'm going to lengthen through my spine and I'm going to let my heart fall forward. All right, let's go ahead and roll it up. And I'm going to flutter my butterfly. Okay, let's do that again. This time extending the spine long. Put your elbow right there in front of the knee. Put your chin on those fingers and give it a gentle press. This is just an option. If you don't like it, leave it out. It's okay. Let's come up and flutter that butterfly. All right, we have another version, extending the hands to the ceiling. Now shoot those fingertips towards the wall in front of you and then just let them fall down towards the floor. All right, come up and let's go to the other side. So I'm going to take this knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. We're going to let this knee, opposite knee, fall down towards the floor. If you like this, that's great. Otherwise, you're going to push your leg back behind you. You're on those back toes. Back of the kneecap presses up towards the ceiling. Look over your front knee. Come into cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. Look up at the ceiling. Let's release it. And we're going to do that again. Here we go. You got it. And release. Face forward. Pyramid pose. Extending that same leg out in front of you, toes to the ceiling. Lengthen through the spine. Let that heart fall forward, keeping the back flat. Tuck the chin. Roll it up nice and slow. Lengthen through that spine. Let that heart come forward, keeping the back flat. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Extend the spine long, belly button to spine, back is flat. Tuck the chin and roll it. Beautiful. Pigeon pose, here we go. My ankle is on my knee, and maybe I stay right here. This could be fine. Otherwise, you're going to lengthen through the spine and let that heart fall forward. All right, keeping the back flat, so we're not rounding. Up we go. Let's flutter our butterfly. Do it again. Extend the spine long. This time, maybe the elbow goes there on that knee. And place your chin on those fingers and press. All right, let's come up, flutter again. Last time, extending the spine long, hands to the ceiling, hands come out towards the wall in front of you, and then you just let them fall towards the floor. All right, up we go. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Hands are resting lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Do today. Do today's work today. Pushing it into the future accomplishes nothing other than to increase its toil. Address today's problems today. They will only grow more complicated and intractable as time goes on. Live today's joys today. If you postpone them until later, they'll go away and never come back. Life is now. If you are to achieve, be happy, connect with others, and experience the wondrous richness that is yours to know, now is when to make it all happen. Whatever dream you are following or wish to follow has its next essential step today. Now is when you do the amazing, fulfilling work to transform all you have experienced and accumulated into all you can be. It is an opportunity that has no equal, that will never come again. Don't let it pass you by. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, leave me a comment. Click on leave me a comment and click on that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.